So hi guys, in this video let us discuss about the vascular basis and planning of abdominal flaps. As we all know, the abdomen is a treasure of multiple flaps based on the superficial as well as the deep systems. But in this video we will be focusing only on the flaps based on the superficial system, that is the superiorly based abdominal flaps and the inferiorly based abdominal flaps, and towards the ASIS we have the superficial circumflex iliac artery, which forms the basis of the groin flap. So which flap can be designed? So these are all axial pattern flaps. Now coming to the most important question which we encounter in clinical practice: how to plan an abdominal flap? Do we plan a superiorly based flap? Do we plan an inferiorly based flap? Or do we plan a groin flap? Now the most important thing which should be considered while taking this decision, while making this decision, is the position of the patient. The hand, when placed over the abdomen, that position must be of maximum comfort to the patient, because that is the position which we are going to keep for 3 weeks, and unless the patient is comfortable, it doesn't make sense. So when we place the hand or the extremity over the abdomen, and we identify the most comfortable position of the patient, so that is the position in which we are going to harvest our flap. Second most important thing is area of inset. Now when we have positioned the extremity over the abdomen, which flap is going to give us the maximum area of inset, whether it is a superiorly based abdominal flap or inferiorly based abdominal flap or a groin flap, that needs to be considered. The flap with maximum area of inset should be our flap of choice. Third thing is the carrying segment. How much should be the carrying segment? The carrying segment should be as minimal as possible. Post-operatively, we tend to mobilize the elbow and the shoulder of the patient, but if you test it on yourself, you don't need a significant amount of mobility of the hand and the flap to mobilize your elbow and shoulder joints. So carrying segment is not a big deal when it comes to planning of an abdominal flap, whereas area of inset is the most important part. In addition, more the carrying segment, more the raw areas, more the exudation, more the maceration of the skin. So carrying segment should be as minimal as possible. Now all these things, considering that they are the same for, say, superiorly based abdominal flap and an inferiorly based abdominal flap, what I mean to say is, if the patient is equally comfortable while planning a superiorly based abdominal flap and an inferiorly based abdominal flap, if the area of inset too is same, is good for a superiorly based abdominal flap and inferiorly based abdominal flap, then which flap should we plan? Then we should be planning the thinnest possible flap. Now of all the 3 flaps, groin flap is the thinnest flap. So if all the other parameters are good, groin should be our first choice. Coming to superiorly based abdominal flaps and inferiorly based abdominal flaps, superiorly based abdominal flaps are thicker because, as we know, fat is more in the lower abdomen as compared to abdomen, and inferiorly based abdominal flaps are comparatively thinner. So when all the other things are same, it is preferable to have an inferiorly based abdominal flap over a superiorly based abdominal flap, or for that matter a groin flap over both of them. So this is how we make clinical decisions while doing abdominal flaps, groin flaps. And it is also important to note that we have to, as far as possible, include a known axial vessel in the flap. It makes things easy, the flap more robust. So I think that was all about the basics of planning of abdominal flaps and vascular basis. In some other video, let us discuss about the deeper flaps of the abdomen, because that too are equally important and useful in clinical practice: the DF, the rectus abdominis, and the other flaps. I hope you found this useful.